All right, time for another low effort video. um, First of all, so I've got some things lined up here. Okay, they're kind of in the works. It's actually taking a lot of research, believe it or not. And today I was thinking about John Levi, his channel, because it kind of has to go along with um, just where I'm at right now. I haven't watched this channel in a long time. Um, and, he's all about talking about just basically how questionable history is. And I'm saying that's kind of like the headspace I'm in right now. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm in this headspace. Why haven't I been checking out his channel? So I went to check out his channel, and lo and behold, he's got some great videos going on right now that are basically right up my alley, from where I'm at, what I'm working on. And I feel like if you could familiarize yourself with his channel, that'll help going forward. So the couple videos I watched today, I guess this is kind of what he's been doing lately, going over these catalogs from like the year 1890 or something. He got it from some Sears Roebuck catalog. This catalog is so decadent and opulent and ornate. It's just unbelievable. Like the amount of stuff that is in this catalog. Okay? And one of the interesting things is toilet paper. You could get like a ton of toilet paper for like $2. But aren't we supposed to believe, or at least don't we think that, most of the people back then were taking dumps in outhouses? And just a lot of other things too. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Um, yeah, man, and the clothing too. For somebody who deals with clothing, I would say for a living, but for money to scrape by with. Um, yeah, it's just like really, really, really top notch, high quality stuff. Okay, and I'm saying so. This catalog versus our, what they say about history. Mind you, this is only like 150 years ago. A lot of our great grandparents were, born not so long after this time period. And so, anyways, I've got some videos kind of lined up. Like I want to expose Sears and Roebuck and Barnum and Bailey. And I'm pretty sure just all these people are just Nyarlathotep for the most part. Like the Wright brothers, just a lot of these old timey um, people. There's probably a time when it was just damn near everybody was just Nyarlathotep and Mix running around. And so of course they're gonna have all these opulent things because that's just how they get down. Okay, they're elitists, they're snobby, um, And if it's all their avatars running around, like the orphan trades was just full of avatars of Nixon, Jarl Bilton. So if they're going to be, and of course all these orphan trained kids are dressed to the nines, but of course they're going to have, you know, these decadent, opulent trappings. Which were probably made in the underworld. A lot of this stuff that's made in China supposedly comes from the underworld. Oh, sure, some of it is actually made in China. Oh, sure, there are sweatshops in China. But not to be redundant, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Low effort video part two. Um, these gang stalkers. Okay, and that's some. I might just reveal them next. I don't know who they are, but we know they're all the same entity, or all the males are one entity, and all the females are the other. Everybody who talks about gang stalking. Because we know nobody out here is actually gang stalking. They're the ones gang stalking. They're just projecting. So just the problem with gang stalking me is you end up falling in love with me anytime you get too close. And this is a common trait of these gang stalkers. Okay, of these people who are paid or psychically controlled to troll me, to stalk my channel. You're miserable. You're a fucked up person. You're destroying yourself. You have no life. You're a loser. All those things, they're going to say that about me day and night. Okay? But you're also entertaining. You're funny. I don't go to the other guy's channel because he's boring. You're funny, even though you're stuck in this loop of misery. You're entertaining. I'm entertained by your dysfunction. What can y'all? I mean, like, if you had a friend who was a comedian, wouldn't you be worried about them being miserable? Wouldn't you think that like their whole comedy shtick would just crumble, and you would try to get them out of this misery that they're in because comedy is their livelihood? A miserable person. Have you ever seen a miserable, entertaining person? The only person I can think of, and this is interesting because he's the same entity as John Levi, is that deadpan ass comedian. A totally emotionless, passionless comedian. I forget his name. He's got kind of crazy hair. But I wouldn't say he was miserable. He just was like completely void of any emotions. That's part of what made him funny. And it's funny because the John Levi guy has his style of humor. Just like Cat Williams has my style of humor. Okay, we're both the same entity. So anyways, so so yeah, it's just they're just so their excuses for being on this channel, and because they're going to scold me, they're going to look down on me from their lofty perch that is never seen. We'll never get to see how lofty a perch they're on above me. But all we need to know is they're above me. Okay? Because they're the ones stalking my channel. Damn it. No wonder they're living so good and up on such a high perch. Because you are a gang stalker. You're the real middle class. Okay, the middle class is getting replaced with snitches, with two-faced government agents. Okay, that's the new middle class. And so they get to look down on the people who should be the middle class, who are getting marginalized because we don't have an alliance with some malignant force in the universe. Sorry. Sorry that I can control this force to ascend or descend or whatever, since everything's upside down now. And it's causing you issues. It's problematic. I apologize for your, obvious mental issues you're having with being, entertained by this miserable loser who's stuck in a loop. And the funny thing is, I could break this loop by myself. This loop of not being able to create anything new. Single-handedly could start creating things that are actually worth a damn. But I love this loop because in the end, guess who wins?